Morning. Just left Perranporth camping and touring, where I camped last night, about 500 metres from the beach. And then I've just walked down to the beach to pick up the path from where we left it yesterday. It's a bit grey this morning, there's a little bit of moisture in the air. But hopefully, yeah, that'll burn off. It is due to be sort of a cloudy and sunny day, probably a bit like yesterday. So yeah, hopefully the further on we get, the better the weather will get.
Saw you paint a picture of a face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love, but it's so hard to move on. You haven't changed, you've stayed the same. But if you did, I'd still love you anyway. I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. Had this conversation.
I'm not going in there. I've seen how those horror films end.
After 9, I still wish you were mine. Haven't ate in 7 days, 'cause I've been up till 6 AM. Wrote 5 songs all just for you. 3 of them I can't bear listening to. I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. Give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same.
Well, the landscape's certainly changed now, isn't it? Definitely coming into the mining sections where it's evident of man's impact on the landscape. Feels like a scene from Total Recall, you know, when they're on Mars. It's very barren. The red soil, yeah, it's reminiscent of a sort of like a Mars movie set. The colour of those cliffs back there, incredible. Real sort of golden amber colour, and then there's the greens coming through like it's weeping out of the cliff face. Yeah, really amazing. Right, just leaving Blue Hills Cornish Tin Mine, and we're about half a mile now to St Agnes, but we've got a pretty steep climb out of this valley first. So yeah, first big hill of the day.
For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. 7 years now on this boat, and we all know where we belong. Just wait. For our home to show on the horizon, soon we'll be there.
Do you remember in yesterday's walk where I was banging on about appreciating everything that's around us and the weather and the views? And well, anyway, I think I was just drunk on the adventure of it all, because today reality has certainly kicked in. It's miserable. And it's so disappointing because the weather forecast, even for now, doesn't show any rain, and yet it's been pretty much drizzling all day. So yeah, full waterproofs are on, head down a little bit more, and yeah, just keep plodding on. Hopefully it will clear a bit later on.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak, but I know you're stronger than what you think. And I know it's hard. It's rough, but we'll make it through, and I'll back you up. Wherever you're going, I'm going to. I'll follow you through the black and the blue. Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death.
I was down there. That's like
you tell me you're nervous. You say you're afraid.
That was good. It's got a bit brighter now, and I was looking forward to coming past that old engine house, because that's quite an iconic point on the coast path for today's walk. So yeah, it was nice. The sun's just sort of broken through, and actually looking further, well, a long way away at the moment, I've got my first view of St. Ives. I would have been able to see it all day, but the mist and the rain sort of obscured it from the view. But yeah, that'd be where I get tomorrow, fingers crossed. Right, just climbed out the other side of Perranporth, and I'm going to carry on now, and the next town we get to is Portreath. So I might stop at Portreath and have something to eat. I'll see how I feel when I get there. Just when you think you're nearly there. Hopefully that's the last big hill of the day. Oh no, another one. Oh, this is steep. Hopefully this is the last one. Right, just left Portreath. I stopped and had some tea in a cafe called the Tide Line Cafe. Really nice people in there, really friendly. Had some fish and chips, so I'm sorted out for the night. Walking up to a campsite about 1.5 miles, I think, out of Portreath, a place called Cambrose. So just heading up through this wooded section, and yeah, hopefully it won't be too long before I'm in my tent. Made it to the campsite. It was a bit further maybe than I would have wanted to have come, but there wasn't anything closer to the coast path. If I'd carried on out of Portreath along the coast path, there was a place called Magga Farm, probably another 1.5 miles along the coast path, and then you had to cut inland from there a little bit, but I had to go up and down some cliffs again to reach it, so this was the easier option. Added maybe a little bit of distance to tomorrow, but yeah, I wanted to come get set up and take the weight off my feet. So I've got my pitch all set up behind me, hoping for a better night's sleep than last night. I was on a bit of a slope last night and kept coming off my mat, so it seemed a bit flatter here. So I'm just going to go and grab a shower and then yeah, get into the tent. Oh, but one thing I did want to show you is I've got a bit of flapjack to take away from that cafe that I was at earlier. Look at the size of it. Whoa. Look at that. That's gonna add a good few grams to my bag, so I best eat a bit of that tonight. Whoa. Right, it's the next morning and I've just realised I forgot to do a sign off last night. So anyway, this is it now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, and I'm totally fueled up because I ate all of that flapjack. Only because I didn't want to carry all the extra weight on today's walk, obviously.